The human journey traverses cycles of light and dark, yet we yearn for perpetual sunshine, fearing descents into shade. But akin to the growth-promoting darkness of night, our spirits deepen by plunging into unknown depths. Through periods aptly named the dark night of the soul, seekers undergo profound transformation by releasing limiting beliefs and embracing inner light. The dark night descends slowly, dimming once bright skies. Confusion clouds insight's path, passions lose luster, former certainty crumbles, and detachment from the outward world grows. The spiritual traveler feels lost in this barren landscape, having outgrown old paradigms but not yet reached the new shore. In the abyss, they undergo a metamorphosis by emptying the cup of stale knowledge to receive fresh waters of wisdom. St. John of the Cross first coined the term dark night of the soul in the 16th century, yet versions of this archetypal process recur across cultures, symbolizing a psychological death before rebirth. Heroes descend into the underworld before re-emerging. Caterpillars dissolve in cocoons, ripening into butterflies through this suspended state between forms. The dark night is profoundly misunderstood as depression, difficulty, or deficiency. But in truth, it marks the onset of great growth. The ancients knew periods of spiritual sterility precede bountiful harvests of expanded consciousness. So too souls grow not from perpetual sunshine, but cycles of light and shadow. Give space for darkness's germinating power. Often the dark night descends after major milestones like awakening. The seeker glimpses reality's radiant potential and their own light. But old structures and stories collapse under this new vision's weight. As ego identity unravels, they undergo an essential emptying, making space for fuller being to inhabit this flesh. Death of limiting self precedes rebirth. While the darkness empties, it is crucial not to rush this process with false light. Fill spaces with presence, not platitudes. Sit with unraveling, acknowledging it as passage to liberation. Avoid grasping after old securities and identities. Remain patiently centered in the seat of the soul. Let the caterpillar dissolve, become the possibility within darkness. Outwardly, pointless periods of melancholy or apathy signal the soul's inward work. The spirit sheds dead remnants before soaring. So honor the darkness, recognizing it for what it seeks to reveal, not eliminate. Allow your gaze to soften into its gentle wisdom. Suffering ceases when we cease grasping after that which cannot be held. Surrender expectations and be changed. Divine love spares no truth in transforming human clay into conduits of the eternal light. But we cling to our familiar shapes, resisting the potter's hands lest he reshape us into unrecognizable forms. Accept dissolution, knowing reformation blossoms from surrender to mortal impermanence. In emptiness, divisions collapse into wholeness. Dark nights of the soul can occur subtly or dramatically, persisting months or years. Their depth and duration varies based on the soul's accumulated attachments and rigidities. Yet healing and liberation emerge from consciously aligning with this sacred process of death and rebirth. When grounded in intuitive wisdom, even the darkest passages brighten. During dark nights, spiritual qualms exemplify the ego's efforts to retain control, fearing its false masks will dissolve. Identifying with this noisy mind tightens suffering's grip. Instead, remain in the silent seat of the witness, allowing awareness to expand beyond limiting labels and identities. Like a sky holding all weather without clinging, abide as the spacious essence beholding each thought, feeling and sensation without attachment. They come and go, transience across the vast sky of your true nature. Though the dark night emptying precedes expansive embodiment, skillful action aligned with soul truths pierces darkness. Begin living from your essence beyond limiting roles. Practice conscious speech, elevating interaction. Radiate compassion for those also called to shadowed passages. Your state of being alone ignites your purpose. In darkness become living light, and liberation quickens. If depression or stagnation plague persistently, embrace adversity as opportunity for soul work and self-inquiry. Where do you resist life's flow, clenching against uncertainty and change? Do you cling to transient identities or relationships despite their expiration? Unconscious fears manifest as chronic unease when denied, urging awareness. Shine compassion on your own darkness, and it effortlessly dissolves. The dark night's wisdom never fully translates into words, for its language is that of presence and surrender. By abiding courageously in the still point at the center of all change, we contact the eternal I, beholding this passing show of light and dark with equanimity. Embrace ambiguity, immerse in unknowing, allow your deepest assumptions to unravel. Only by dying to false securities can abundant life surge through you, unobstructed. Words hold power, sculpting our reality. Rigid descriptors like dark night and shadow shape assumptions, potentially stunting growth. By fixating on language, we risk clinging to connotations that obscure truth. Clouds labeled stormy remain simply clouds. The essence of experience eludes words. Rather than focus on concepts, meet each moment freshly without preconceptions. Allow your gifts to unfold organically, unbound by the mind's filters. Let limiting stories unravel so your authentic abilities can come forward. Release expectations, open to mysteries beyond language. Within pure presence, compassion dissolves all that weighs you down. When the mind stops grasping after fleeting words, space empties for the eternal light of awareness to fill your being. Then self-judgment ceases, creativity awakens, and your gifts manifest naturally for the highest good. In faith, recognize that dying brings rebirth if you relinquish expectations over form. The life you desire patiently grows within these fertile depths. Endure winter's hibernation and dormancy, consciously participating in the cycle's intelligence. Stay vigilant in times of drought, and soon your clouded vision will brighten. Hidden springs and abundant rains remain close at hand. You are that which endures before, during, and beyond each temporary season. When it seems you stumble blindly in the dark, your sight is simply transitioning to new frequencies, like moving from sunlight to shadows. Be patient as your inner vision adjusts. Heightened awareness awaits on the other side of darkness. That which you seek lives quietly within the stillness, ripening slowly into manifestation. Faith reveals this timeless constant, though all else shifts. Ride each crest and trough to its full duration. Darkness departs at its ordained hour. Dawn predicts itself through night's very existence. Clarity comes like morning mist condensing over a silent lake, coalescing drop by drop until fully illuminated. Until then, rest in unknowing. Evolution unfolds across shape-shifting seasons. Relax into each transition, allowing your eternal essence as consciousness itself to permeate these temporal forms. In stillness, tune into the well of wisdom always present beneath these changing tides of light and dark. Soon your perception expands. Curtains part to reveal dawn's newborn rays stretching across the land. You awaken into rebirth. The soul crosses another threshold more capacious and luminous, forged in previous fires of transformation. What was empty fills with presence. The caterpillar emerges as a butterfly, learning to soar.